Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, we're going to go through my entire ball collection. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill you in on what makes the league bag and tournament bag, what gets into the rotating position, like when lanes, tend to change oil pattern, that what balls are going to be rotated out and the other balls are getting rotated in, to another tier list that may make the bag and see lane time, and another tier list probably not gonna see any lane time. So I don't have the fancy, you know, laptop and that, and where I can, put up a tier list and stuff like that. So I'm writing everything down. We're gonna talk about, each ball a little bit and why it's where it's at, and break it down tier list of what I use for leagues and what I will use to rotate in when I know, the oil's changing, or because I know the weather's different, so I know the lanes are going to be different. So, if you like any of this, please hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my latest videos. And I don't have a Bullify shirt on. I'm just at home relaxing tonight. So, but if you like any of the Bullify jerseys that you see in my video, you can head on over to Bullify and you can order yourself an awesome jersey. They're very comfortable. I'll leave my link below that you can use, and that will show them that I sent you, and that'll help me and help grow my channel. Alright, so let's get started today. Like I said, I'm just going to go grab random balls off of my shelf and bring them out. We're going to talk about them and talk about where they go. So the first ball I got up on up here for you is the Jackal Ghost by Motive. And this here was my first Motive ball. This ball gave me my first 300, which was unsanctioned. But the layout on this ball, when I was one-handed, this ball was magic. This ball, I could throw it anywhere in the lane, and I knew exactly what it was going to do. I fell in love with this ball from the first time I thrown it. So this has been a great ball. But now that I changed to two-handed because of wrist surgery, the way this is laid out, and with having more revs and more speed in that now, this ball doesn't react like it did when I was one-handed, when I was a little bit slower of a player. So, sorry about that, I had to do something real quick. So, this ball is great. I mean, I practiced with it a couple weeks ago. I took it just to see if maybe things had changed. And it's still just kind of going straight. It gets a little pop down back end, on the back end, but not much. Not like it used to when I was rolling one-handed. So in my category for this ball, now this is the pin-up Ghost. I have two. So this is the pin-up Ghost. So this Ghost is going to go in probably not see lane time. So let's put that in here. Pin up Ghost. So this one's probably not going to see any lane time unless I take it to practice. Could I get this filled and re-drilled, like with the 2LS layout on it? Of course I could. But this ball kind of special to me because, like I said, it got me my first 300. Yes, it was in a league, but it was an unsanctioned league. It was my first Motive ball and my first bowling ball, I could say, that I actually fell in love with. Like, this was like my baby right here. I love this ball. I still love this ball. I just wish it would do what it used to do, when I was one-handed. But I'm going to have to say this one's probably going to be retired from seeing any lane time, in leagues and stuff. So But all in all, it's a great ball. If you like motive stuff, and no, I'm not on staff with them, this is a ball to get. This is the ball to have. It's a great ball. You know, like I said, I'm not promoting motive stuff. I'm not trying to get on staff with motive. I'm just saying this is one of the goats right here from motive. And it'll always be the goat. Between that and the Shock, them are the two goats that motive has, in my opinion. But alrighty, let's move on to the next ball. Alright, the next ball we're going to talk about is the Storm Omega Crux. Now, I got this ball off of Lewis, which some of you guys may follow. I hope you guys follow Lewis, because he's a really nice guy and he puts out some really good videos. I got this ball off of him a few months ago, and as you see, it's got the switch grip in it. I think it's actually got the IT grip in it, but I can still throw it without using my thumb. What I may do with this ball is I may take it to the guy that drills my ball, have him feel the fingers and the thumb, and put the 2LS layout on this ball, because I kind of like it. When I first thrown it, it was out of the outbox finish, and it was alright. I took it down to 2,000 in one of my videos, and the thing worked pretty good. Excuse me. And I was pretty happy with it at 2,000, so I may have this ball filled and drilled at a 2LS layout for me, because I think once I get it laid out the way I like my layouts, I think this would be a pretty good ball in my arsenal. Yes, it is discontinued. It is an older ball. It was made in 2020, so I mean, it's old, but it's not that old. But when I was throwing it, it was fairly strong in the back end, but when I got it down to 2,000, it kind of tamed out, read the mid lanes really good, and drove through the pins pretty hard. I do have a video on it. You can go back and check that one out. So if I was going to say in my tier of either league bag, rotating balls for league, may see lane time or not see lane time, I'm going to put this one right now, just because I don't have it drilled to fit me properly and laid out the way I like it. I'm going to put this ball in may make the bag and see some lane time. So we're going to put the Omega Crux here. Like I said, once I get this ball drilled to fit me and my layouts that I like, I may do another video on it. I definitely do want to do a surface video on it for anybody that still has one of these balls and never really seen anybody do a surface video on one. I want to do it for you guys. So this probably won't be the last time that you see this ball. So hopefully it may make it up into the rotating balls. We'll have to see. Let's move on to the next one. Alright. The Motive Pride. One of last year's releases, I do believe. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this Pride. You know, the hype was it was a new GOAT, you know, replacing the Venom Shock. This was a new controllable, you know, benchmarky ball. I'm not knocking the Pride by all means. It's just that it is not one of my favorite balls from Motive. I do got a few other ones that I'm not a big fan of from Motive, which you'll see later on. But this ball is kind of on that 50-50 with me. Like, I went to that tournament in Pittsburgh back in February, and this ball came out for 2 games, and it did well for me. Now granted, that was a different style house shot, so it did work a little bit better there than it did at my house that I bow on. But like I said, this ball is, what's the word I'm trying to find? For me, it's not controllable. Like, I could throw it, but I don't know what it's gonna do. If you kind of understand where I'm coming from here. You know, like the Ghost, the pinup Ghost. If I threw it down the middle, I knew it was gonna hold for the most part, maybe go Brooklyn, or if I got it right, I knew that it was gonna come back. This one, if I throw it in, I have no clue if it's gonna hold or take off. If I get it right, I don't know if it's gonna come back or it's just gonna skid on through. So the Pride, to me, it rolls okay, but for my game, it's not the ball of choice for me. Now, if I did take this and get it, the fingers drilled, because I do have the thumb filled, and get the fingers filled and maybe change the layout on it, it may be better. And I may do that here at some point just to see if this ball may match up better with me when I put a 2LS layout on it that I've been using. So, like I said, not a fan of the Pride. You know, it's kind of, it's, for me, it's kind of, it may see lane time, and it may not see lane time. It's kind of in between there. So I'm going to put a line here between these two and a little mark here and put the Pride. So it may and may not see lane time for me. Like I said, it's one of my least favorite balls by Motiv. And when this ball come out, you know, I was like, man, the Pride looks amazing. It's going to fit into my game. I got this ball off of Lewis. You know, everything that I got off of him, his layouts that he puts on these balls seem to work pretty good in my favor. You know, because that's where I was at when I was one-handed. So, but this one didn't impress me very much. Not like I was hoping it was going to do. So it was kind of a little bit of a letdown. Like I said, I got videos on this one. I got a video on it, between it and the Shock. So that's another video you guys can always feel welcome to go back and check out. And like I said, I don't have much to say about the Pride. Not one of my favorite balls, so. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, the Ripcord Velocity by Motiv. Now this one, I like. This ball here is really clean through the fronts for me. It's got enough pop down lane. It drives through the pins pretty good. I said it in a previous video that my buddy calls it the Michigan ball because it's blue and gold, which I think is funny. But since we are from Pennsylvania and Penn State is our state team, but the Velocity, I got it not long after it come out, and I forget when it did come out. Get too many balls, I can't remember when they come out. But this one here, very impressed with this one. This is probably, I'm trying to think of all the Motiv balls I have. The Ghost, Iron Forge. Yeah, out of pretty much all the Motiv balls that I have, which you'll see in the video, this one is probably top 3 of my favorite Motiv balls that's come out that I have. Because like I said, this video's on the balls that I have and where I place them in my arsenal if they would make the arsenal list. This ball here, it's amazing. It is very controllable. It's strong when you need it to be strong. You know, depending on how you use your hand, how you either get behind it or come around it. This ball will pretty much do what you want it to do. Like I said, I got a previous video that's on here with this ball that I did a review on. I was up on a burn up house shot that lane probably hasn't seen oil in over a week, and this ball was striking. Like, I mean, yeah, granted, I had to move way left, but I was still able to control it and throw it and get it into the pocket. So, I mean, for being a pearl, it's a really good ball. This ball, I'm really happy with this one. This is, like I said, one of the top 3 motive balls that I actually like to throw and still actually throw. Now, the Ghost is not in the top 3 just for the fact that the way they're laid out and me being two-handed, they just don't quite match up. But all the other motive balls that are in the top 3, they seem to match up pretty well for me and my game. And this, like I said, this ball is pretty clean through the front. It's got a lot of strength on the back end. For me anyways, it stores the energy, so when it hits at the end of the oil down lane, it will take off and go and drive hard through the pins. Like I said, I got videos on this ball. You're more than welcome to go back and check it out. I wish I could be on the lanes today and show you every ball that I have and what they do, but I need a big truck to do that, to haul them all. But yeah, so this one here is gonna make it into the rotating balls for leagues. So the velocity is going to make it into the rotating. So like I said before, with the rotating balls that I have, it's going to be in the list. It's going to be for nights that I know that the oil is going to be different. Because like our Monday night league, I think there's like 23, 24 mils of oil because it's a mixed league, female and male. And our Thursday night is like 27, 28 mils. So I know I'm going to need something a little stronger on Thursday night. So this is going to be one of them balls that's going to get rotated in to go on like a Thursday night or even to a tournament, depending on shot. So this ball is a definitely must in between, league night and being that rotation. So great ball by Motive. Let's move on to the next one. All right, the Forged Flare. What can I say about the Forged Flare? This one's kind of a toss-up for me. When I first got this ball, it was incredibly strong. Like, I had to go way left with this ball. And as it got games on it, it tamed down a little bit. But she don't see much lane time anymore. I mean, it is a pretty good ball. Like I said, this is another ball that if I fill the fingers in and thumb in and maybe get it re-drilled for me, with a 2LS layout on it, I think this ball could be a contender again to get back into my league bag. But the Iron Forge the Forged Flare right now, like I said, we're throwing it two-hand, is kind of reacting like the Ghost. It more of a straight line down the lane with very little pop in the back end. Like I said, I think it's because the way the ball's laid out. It was laid out for when I was throwing one-handed. And You know, when your tilt's different, your speed's different, you know, all that stuff plays a factor. So if you don't have the right layout on a ball, it's not gonna do what you hoping it's gonna do. Like with this one, it was really strong when I first got it one-handed, but my speed was 2-3 mile an hour slower. My rev rate was probably 50-60 revs less, if not more. You know, so the ball had that time to react, to hook. You know, now I'm faster with my ball speed. I got a lot more revs. So this ball is basically burning its energy up and rolling out for me. And as bowlers, we know when the ball starts rolling out, that's when you're going to start running into problems. You know, you're going to flat 10 or ring 10, or you're going to start leaving splits, you're going to leave the corner pins. And that's kind of what this ball is doing for me right now. It just, with my revs now, it is just using up too much energy way too soon, and it's rolling out. Is this a bad ball? Not at all. When I got this ball, it was one of my favorite balls. It was the first ball out of my bag on league nights. I bought the girlfriend one of these. This ball here, well, not this ball, but the Forged Flare, that was her first motive ball. And to this day, and I mean, I got it over a year ago for her, and to this day, she still loves this ball. So I mean, it's all in how they're laid out. You know, I did try surface on it with this. Like all the balls we're talking about, I have tried, you know, changing the surface and see if they react any better with me being two-handed. Some did, some didn't, and this is one of the ones that didn't take. So this may be one of them balls that I'm going to have to take it, get the fingers in that field, and change the layout on it, and maybe this ball will come back to life for me and, you know, kind of be one of them balls again, you know, that comes out of the bag first for me. So I'm going to have to say this ball is going to go into, may make the bag and see some lane time. I've known, because I know that that in the tournaments that I bowl in the wintertime, I take this ball with me because it does come out at some of the tournaments. Some of the patterns are really hard or, you know, really long, and this ball works great for the really, really, really long patterns for me because that energy is burning up. Like on a house shot, on a heavier oil pattern, the ball is getting further down lane and not burning as much energy up. So it may still be a contender for at least some of the tournaments. I don't know, but we'll have to see. You know, like I said, may take it, may get it filled and re-drilled. We'll just have to see what happens, I guess. Let's go on to the next one.